Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Annisa Oktaviani. Here I will read you some book by chapter English is Fun. This book, author of this book is David L. Larcom and published by K. Blank. In this book, there are 236 chapter and 272 page. In this book, I will read some chapter by subtitle The International Language, which English is the international language. This essay gives argument for American English as the most common worldwide language and so it's the brand of English that students should study. Of course, the British will disagree with me. There are only small differences in grammar and spelling. The big difference is in the pronunciation. I'm from the US and I find English difficult to understand. Before World War II, British language was the international language of business. French was used for diplomacy and German was used for science. The Industrial Revolution in America made its language more important, but it was still confined to the US. After World War II, England, Germany, and France, like most of Europe, were destroyed economically and industrially. The same is true for Japan and most of Asia. However, the US didn't have a war within its borders. Its industry and economy were very strong. American banks made loans to the wicked country for rebuilding. This bank became very powerful because of money owned and the US dollar became the international currency. The United Nations organization was established in New York for diplomacy. The strength of American industry and inventiveness of its people, for example, NASA, made US English the language of science. Today, American banks are still the world's leading financier. If Bolivia trades with India, the financing will probably be done through an American banks. Ireland is still the leader in shipping insurance, and many countries have more merchant ships than the US. But financially, the US banks are running the show. The UN is still the center of diplomacy. Even organizations like the Non-Aligned Movement use an American kind of English for the most part. American English is the international language of entertainment. This can be seen in the distribution of movies here in Indonesia. In the movie rental shop in my neighborhood, some half of the films are American made. There are a lot of Chinese films. Many of these are dubbed in with American pronunciation. I believe we make the best film because we have been making them too long. We spend the most money on them and the US has more acting schools than any other country. International news on Indonesian television use film clips for American broadcasts like CNN. The Voice of America radio network has been worldwide for nearly 50 years. It features American music. A great number of music videos on Indonesian television are from the US. American musicians make more world tours than any other, as Kenny Rogers, Kenny G, Michael Bolton, Michael Jackson, and etc. All these factors lead me to believe US English is the international language. And maybe this my read as my task in intensive reading. For any mistake, I ask your pardon. Thanks. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.